Hello YouTube, Robot Combat Models here, back with another model robot build video. It's been a little while since the last one, and as you notice, we've changed our setup. I'm sure you've seen by now. New arena should hopefully get done and dusted in the new year. But for now, I've got a lot of robots that have been mainly updated, but I do have a few new ones to show you as well, and probably some that aren't old that you've just never seen before. So yeah, at the end of every year, I like to take a step back and try and repair some robots. I basically decide which robots will be being retired and put in the other room, and which ones I'll repair and keep on, and which ones are still in good enough condition that they can just get sent off to 2020. So I'll start with a few edits of machines. This is probably one you've never seen before. This was made mid-2018. This robot is I-Beam, and it's a BattleBots competitor. Won a couple battles, I think, but nothing too special. It's basically a sit and spin one. So it spins, it's got these beams here that'll hit another robot. I never had side panels on these, and I never really liked it, and it never really competed. It just sat in a box. Last year I was like, should I retire it, should I not? And I decided to put these side panels on, and it completes it totally well. So I-Beam is back. It's competing for the first time properly in nearly 2 years. So good to get this robot all done and dusted. That's I-Beam. Alright, there's quite a lot of them, so I'll move on. Both of the Buillds machines have got a little bit of an overhaul. I've given O-Blood a new top, and Red Death got the flipper that I missed in the advent calendar. So yes, that's those two. A little bit changed. Now the bot builder suggested to build Namazu for Model Wars Series 1. It didn't win the qualifying fight. Unfortunately, it did put on a really cool show, but it was always breaking and stuff. It wasn't the most reliable design, so I've edited it, and this one's not quite finished yet, but I've changed it into a crusher now, and it's called Metal Monster now. So it is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm really happy with this one. Moving on to more edits. Oh, this is going to be a good one. My Nelly the Ellie bot was always based on the featherweight one, but I've kind of changed her this year to make her look more like the heavyweight one. So this is a kind of Nelly new and improved with the BattleBots wedge. The axe has been improved a little bit as well. I'll probably make a new one eventually, but for this year, Nelly's looking all good. So yeah, that's Nelly the Ellie bot, all jazzed up and ready to go for 2020. What else do we have? What new ones? Actually, don't do new ones yet. We'll keep going with the old ones. Behemoth. This is inspired a little bit by the bot builder's Behemoth. It's got plastic, clear plastic now on it, which makes it look a lot nicer, I think. Still just did this one, and you know, this back plastic's catching a little bit, so I'm gonna have to work something out to make it lift up properly. But now, when it's on its back, it'll always self-right, which is pretty cool, and it can kind of bounce. But yeah, so Behemoth's a bit of a work in progress, but it's getting there, and it's looking a lot better for 2020. Moving on. This is Toe Cutter 2. This is the oldest robot of mine that's still competing. It was made in 2016. It's ridiculous. I really don't have a good track record with keeping my models in good condition. But this used to be white. This used to be like the old Toe Cutter 2 that failed to qualify for Series 4 of Robot Wars. I've kind of made it into the condition it was in 2004 when Toe Cutter finally retired. But yeah, really like this machine. It was very consistent on the live circuit. Yeah, I like this one. Speaking of older machines of mine, this is Maelstrom, and you can see it might not be recognisable to the Maelstrom that was in Model Wars Series 1. It's the same machine, it's just been coated. If you don't know, Maelstrom is technically a Team Shock machine, but it doesn't really look like it. So I was thinking, if Team Shock, I know they're busy with like Aftershock and Manta right now, and they probably don't have room for another heavyweight, but if they did revisit Manta, I think they should make it into the Team Shock colours and really make it look like a Team Shock machine. So, same robot. I actually made 2 new flippers because the old ones were getting pretty wrecked by now, but the actual shell of the old Maelstrom is still working, and it's kind of got a nice overhaul. New machines now. Actually, there's one more, sorry. Eagle's Claw has got a little bit of a revamp as well. This thing seems to appear in a lot of modern robot builds. So it's now got black side panels with an E and a C for Eagle's Claw there. But it does have a successor now. I'll leave that one there. We now have Eagle 2, which was actually going to be the 14th robot for RCM's advent calendar until it turned into the 12 days of Christmas. So this was the 14th one. It was also the 100th robot I made this year, which is pretty awesome. And it's, you might recognise these. These are Eagle's Claw's old wings, which are now on Eagle 2. And it's basically the same principle. It's a sleeker design, and it's got a drum spinner on the front now, so it can open up and it can kind of shred down on opponents. So Eagle's Claw is not retiring. It'll be competing alongside it. And I think that's quite cool to have both robots still competing, because they are very different designs, very different from each other. So yeah, there we go. Next up, this is one Razor 1905 might recognise, and it is actually one of his small scale Robot Wars SSRW house robots. And this is Tail Whip. I've repurposed it into cardboard. Obviously it's made of Connects in his series, but yes, it's got a lovely whacking tail there that can spin around, and I've used it and I really like this one. I really do. Obviously it's got massive wheels, really high ground planes, but it's got a powerful thrusting tail, and this has been repurposed into a competitor for my series, so it's the same size as competitor robots. Yeah, and speaking of like house robots and stuff, I don't know if I'll have house robots in the future, just because they're so small, the pullbacks are so small. Only one can kind of compare is Mr. Psycho, and even then, look how big the competitor is to the house robot. If I give another example, if I can find them, here is my box of other house robot pullbacks. Let's see, here's Growler for example. Size comparison there. He's pretty small and he's one of the bigger ones. So yeah, I might make custom house robots that are ridiculous in size and in the future, but for now, that's Tail Whip. Moving on to a real life one now. This is a classic. I love this machine. It's Splinter. This one's got a really nice axe on it. I'm really happy. And it is in the 2004 version of Splinter, the one where it retired. Yes, people are saying, but Splinter last competed in Series 5. It actually failed to qualify for Series 6, and then it got sold to a Dutch team and failed to qualify for Series 7 as well. Don't know why. I would have loved to see Splinter in Series 7, but it kept competing until it got retired from Terahertz's axe. So it's obviously got its front axe here, and it's got its two side axes, and I really like this one. Splinter, pretty awesome, pretty happy with it. And yeah. Alright, next up, this one was going to be the 15th in RCM's advent calendar, and this is Absolute Zero. Not really happy with this one. It's got a pretty sad little blade. It was kind of rushed, and that was the main reason I stopped RCM's advent calendar early, is because I felt like the quality in the machines was dropping and I didn't want that. So obviously it's got 0 Kelvin on the top, which does look like okay, and it kind of looks quite silly. But yeah, that's Absolute Zero. Pretty cool. I don't know if I'll use it that much. But moving on to another fan-made machine, which is MLU4's APD3 from MLU4's series on his channel. Obviously quite an iconic machine from this. It's got its lifter and it's obviously built like a brick. It's really sturdy, and yeah, I've converted it into cardboard. And I really like this one. I'm really happy with it. It's really strong and it's definitely a powerful competitor here. I've got two more, and these ones are featherweight machines in real life, and they will both be successors to machines that competed in Model Wars Series 1. So Get Shrek competed in Series 1 of Model Wars, went out in the 10 Robot Rumble, spoilers, sorry. And for the next season, when it comes, the team will be entering Drumblebee, which is a drum spinner, and I really like this one. Really happy with the way it turned out. It's got a powerful drum spinner on the front, and it'll be succeeding Get Shrek'd. Yeah, really like this one, really lovely, pretty sleek. And the last robot for the video is the successor to DB12, which is going to be Secret Weapon, which is another one of the team's featherweights in real life. Got a powerful drum spinner on the front of it. Yeah, this one's really powerful. Would not want to mess with this one. And that's just about it. If I would rank my favourite new machines though, I think I would probably do, here's what I would do. I would say Drumblebee would be third, Tailwhip would be second, and Splinter would be first. I love all of these machines. But yeah, so new year, new robots, and hopefully much more carnage to come. So thank you very much for your continued support, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!